Judgment. Today I speak about the distinction of judgment, and I feel like it has been very present in my field lately, which is really interesting because I know that I've heard the scripture speak about judgment being the first sin, and if you're not in judgment, then the rest of these don't matter. At least that's how I interpret it. Maybe don't matter as much, but don't be in judgment, and then the rest comes easy. But if you're in judgment, then these are the next line of sins that you're going to have to deal with. So for me, it all really starts with judgment, and I'm finding it very present, as I said, in this week for me as I travel around and hearing and seeing different energies, different people, and there's a lot of judgments present. One of my judgments is about religion. It's one thing that I find that I still come to, especially when I'm meeting new people and judging them before even getting to know them, or as soon as I'm hearing their stories and I feel them overly focused, really pendulated into one direction. I had a friend speaking of demonic forces and Satan, and she was very adamant of what was right and what was wrong, and I'm sitting here and I'm listening and I'm trying not to judge her, but I'm in total judgment in this moment of her being in judgment, and it's such a phenomenon to me. I'm like, how can I really release this? So I listened, I was present. I allowed myself to take what was real for me and let go what wasn't real for me, and then when the time was right, when it felt proper and it felt true for me, I was able to share my voice, and I was able to share how I felt and how I perceived the situation, trying my best to diffuse the situation of judgment and being gratitude. So yeah, I find the opposite of judgment is gratitude. It's presence. There's discernment. Discernment is opposite from judgment. It's very similar. You're riding a very similar fine line between discernment and judgment. But discernment is observing. It's being aware of your situations. It's being aware of the stories that people are telling you or trying to bring you on to their relationship triangles. Discerning is an important method of knowing where you're at, knowing who you are, knowing the people around you. But you're not attaching any judgment to it, because from what I understand, it's God's the only one who can judge. And He gave us free will, so who are we to judge these situations? Don't bite the apple from the tree of wisdom. The tree of wisdom, judging right versus wrong. What is right, what is wrong? That's not for me to judge. It's not for me to discern. It's for me to discern, how am I in this moment? Does this make me feel good, or does this make me feel bad? Is this in alignment with my path, with my passions, with my purpose, with my truth? Or is it not? I can discern those things, but I release myself of judgment. I forgive all those who've ever judged me. I forgive myself for any time I have judged or will judge in the future. And I'll keep trying my best to judge me.